really stay committed, especially if you're coming from a small school. Stay committed to the process because it really goes a long way if you believe in yourself and you don't give up.
Hi, everybody. Coach Rangi here from Around the Rim. How are you? We are thanking Wale Adeyemi to join us today for the Import of the Week magazine. Hi, Wale. How are you?
I'm very good. Thank you for having me.
All right. Thank you for joining us. So, as we discussed, we will talk about a little bit about your history. How did you end up where you are? And we will gather some information for the youngsters who are watching us to figure out how to get into the pro basketball arena. Where are you coming from?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I was born and raised in Seattle, Washington. I think up there in the Northwest, we have a rich basketball history. Obviously, over the years, there's been a lot of NBA and high level, college and international pros that have come out of there. So I'm proud, to come from that area and represent that area for sure.
Okay, that's great. And graduated in the early 2000s from high school. Then you went on to Arizona to play some community college ball, right?
Yes, yes. I graduated from Garfield High School, which is I think nationally known at this. I graduated in 2000, and then I went on to Scottsdale Community College in Arizona for a year. And after that, I bounced around a little bit, went to a couple of different schools. I had some different circumstances, as I'm sure everybody goes through in life
Absolutely.
at times. And then after that, I ended up at New Mexico Highlands University, which is a D2 school in New Mexico. So after playing there for a few years, then that's when I embarked on my international professional basketball journey.
Very nice. Very nice. So, right now, I want people to know that you're in the Maldives, having some good time and working. Um,
Yeah, for
so,
sure.
tell us, how did you end up there? What brought you there, and how did the journey go?
Well, actually, one of the biggest things that I learned over the years is the value of networking. In this case, that's actually how I was able to secure this position. I met Matthew Van Pelt, who has his own Van Pelt Sports consultant agency,
Hmm.
actually on Facebook. And so I reached out to him. He was posting different jobs online and on YouTube. And so this specific opportunity was intriguing to me because it involved both coaching as well as playing in the first division here in the Maldives. And so I felt like it was a good opportunity to continue my professional playing career as well as get some more experience coaching as well. And so I felt like I'm always the kind of person that likes new challenges and,
Yes.
I'm not afraid to go anywhere in the world. And so I was all for it. And here I am.
Sounds great. Sounds great. Now, for the guys who are not familiar with the Maldives, let's talk about the league itself. First, it starts in January, right?
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
so teams are still gathering and figuring out who they want to bring on board as imports. We're talking
Yeah.
about two imports per team, right?
Yeah, there's two imports a team, and actually it's unique because there's only a one import allowed on the court at a time. So it's going to be kind of interesting, to see how that plays out. But
Yes,
uh, I go into every situation just, trying to control what I can control, and that's, me being in the best possible shape that I can be in, making sure that, I'm working on my game and getting my reps every day, and putting my best foot forward every time I step on the court, basically.
absolutely, absolutely. And I'm a little bit familiar with the idea of controlling the amount of imports on the court. Originally, it is called the Russian rule, and they started with that. The difference is they don't control the amount of imports allowed. So they say bring as many imports as you want, but only three are allowed at the time on the court. So your situation is a little tougher and more complicated. I'm sure for the imports, but I'm thinking about it as a coach from the coach standpoint. who do I bring? Do I bring the same guy twice? So I bring two big men. Do I bring two point guards, or do I bring a point guard and a swing man so I can diversify a little bit the game and the rhythm? Because obviously most imports, or that's what we're aiming for, will be more athletic, more of what I'm looking for. If it's more power under the basket, or as a big man, or it's a faster, quicker point guard who can read pick and roll better. So do you bring the same guy twice? Do you bring two totally different guys, and bring a different angle to the team? Do you know what do they bring most? What position they're looking more than others?
I think each team's unique. I'm not really sure, honestly, what the other teams are looking for, but I know that my team specifically, the Stingers, me obviously being 6'9", I'm gonna, be a big, but at the same time, one of the things that I've worked hardest on since high school is my versatility. So speaking with my coach, Coach Mode, that's what he actually indicated that he wants from me for this season, to be able to display my versatility. And so in a lot of instances, I'm actually going to be the person handling the ball and, initiating the offense from the perimeter, as well as, slashing and just playing all over the court, kind of I feel blessed that I'm in the latter stages of my 30s now, to still have the type of athleticism and ability to, at my size, to be able to play all over the court, and you know uh, whether it's shooting threes or driving to the basket, or
Right.
posting up sometimes, or whatever it is, to help my team be successful.
Absolutely. And you know what? We can close the interview right now because you said it all. You said networking, and you said I sat with my coach and asked what is he expecting from me. So these are two. We were talking about two tips for the for the youngsters who are watching. I think you said it right there. This is really great. I'm happy and excited you said it like that, because we're looking to emphasize with our audience, with our guys that we're helping, that these are the two main things. Sometimes they get confused and they ask us, "Hey, find me a team. Find me a place?" I can't find you a place. You have to first know where you want to go, and then let's network you
Yeah,
in. Let's help you out and introduce you to the right people in order to get to the right place. So
yeah.
that's the little difference, that's the little things that make a big difference. Now we're talking about you. What is a one tip that you would tell you would give a younger Wale?
I would say that one of the things that I probably could have done better is just focus more on specific areas of my game that I need to improve on, whether it's making a small list. And this is something that, I've done in, later years. Actually, like writing a list of things that I feel like I need to improve on, and be committed to, to working on them every day. It's not enough, in my opinion, to work hard. You have to have like specific goals that you want to reach, so that you know exactly where you're going, and you're not just kind of going in circles.
So mark targets and work towards specific areas in the game to improve your game, and put some numbers to it so you can measure it.
Definitely.
Okay, sounds great. Share with us what is a good habit that brought you to play for so many years. Well, what is a good habit that helps you to stay focused in the game?
I think that something that I realized, especially going to my 30s, is that it's definitely important to eat the right way, and that doesn't mean that you can't ever have a burger or a piece of cake or something like that, but really, to have a much higher percentage of your food be, healthy vegetables, and good proteins and things like that, as opposed to junk food, because if you want to be a pro, then your body is the tool that you're using. So, and we only get one, so you definitely have to take care of it. And if you do, then you will still be able to, play at a high level, for a long time.
That's great. That's great. So eating the right way, that's a great habit. So thank you, Wale. We appreciate you spend the time and the wisdom with us. If our viewers would like to find you, they can find you on Facebook on Wale Adeyemi. And as for Instagram, it's definitely _unique1. So that's where you can find Wale. We are thanking you for coming on board.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for having me, and I hope that I've shared at least one or two things today that can be helpful for some of the younger guys coming up to get opportunities. One last thing I will say is, just really stay committed, especially if you're coming from a small school. It is much harder, to be honest, to get opportunities. And so, whether it's sending emails, to different contacts and things like that, just stay committed to the process because you know, it really goes a long way if you believe in yourself and you don't give up.
Awesome. So thank you very much for coming. We appreciate that. Fellas, thank you for watching us. Until next time, remember, practice is nothing but a recipe for the game. Work it to perfection. We'll see you around the rim. Bye bye. All right. Thank you very much, Wale. We enjoyed the time with you, and thank you for sharing your wisdom. That will be cut off too. All right.